So, without further ado, let's get into it. Insanity. So, this is coming out, I think, the 14th. Tons of Vanguard and support buffs. My buddy was saying maybe they are heavily buffing the Vanguards and the strategists to try and encourage people to play them more, which I don't know, maybe. So, Angela, the Hand of Heaven sharpens her edge, bringing even slightly greater threat to the battlefield. Increased movement speed of Assassin's Chart, accelerated dash state from 16 to 18. I think that's fine. I think that will feel better. Increase Heaven's Retribution spear health from 600 to 800. I mean, it's whatever. I don't think I've ever even seen someone break the spear. Everyone just sits there in the circle and waits. So I think that's whatever. I think that for me, she could use some quality of life stuff to make her feel less clunky. I feel like she's really clunky to play personally. Uh, she has potential to be really fun. I enjoy playing her sometimes, but yeah, literally everyone just tries running from the spear and gets pulled back. And even though we should all know that that does nothing, but we all do it. I do it. Like I know how it works, and I still do it. No one even tries to kill the spear. But yeah, so I think she could use like some cleanup, I guess, with how some of her abilities work, just to make them feel less awkward. In my opinion, I just feel like she feels really awkward to play, um, but has potential to be fun. This one I'm annoyed about. Captain America Steve Rogers steps up as an ultimate team player. Freedom Charge, his ultimate ability, has a new effect. Allies within its path gain a 30% boost to ultimate energy charge efficiency. First of all, who ever said that there's too few ultimates in Marvel Rivals? There's too many. The whole game is ultimates. It's so annoying. They need to nerf all ultimates by like half. Everything needs to be take twice as long to charge. And he's already considered basically like a support, like a glorified support because of his ult. Uh, it's ultimate rival, literally. He's already a lot of people just like basically consider him a support because his ult is so strong that allies in the zone like I don't know. It's probably like almost as strong as Rocket's ult as far as like protection for the team. So we really didn't need to make him more of a support, but whatever. This one is absurd. I don't even understand the point of this. Like, who asked for this? Groot, the gentle giant gets tougher. Iron Wall new effect. Gain unstoppable status when within 15 meters of awakened Ironwood walls. So Ironwood walls are his big, thick, burly walls that give him bonus health. Now he gets unstoppable status within 15 meters of them. So unstoppable status is like Punisher when he's in his ult, Emma when she's in her ult, the Thing basically all the time, but especially when he's doing his like Yancey charge, to where they're just completely immune to CC whatsoever. So Groot can be immune to CC like all the time. Sometimes he has his Ironwood wall up all the time because wherever it's placed or people don't break it or whatever. Like, why did he need this? Hulk, the Green Goliath's protection game goes Gamma. Gamma Burst, a new effect. Each direct hit reduces indestructible guard cooldown by 1 second. Is his Gamma Burst his ranged attack? Yeah, Gamma Burst. So that's his like ranged attack. So every hit with that reduces the cooldown of his bubble. Sure. I mean, whatever. I think Hulk was in a pretty good spot, but sure, why not? This is just adding more CC immunity. Um, Magneto, interesting changes. Unfortunately, this is going to make him like a permaban, but uh, Max amplifies his shielding frequency for both self and allies. So he now has separate cooldowns for Metal Bulwark and Iron Bulwark. Now activating one won't send the other on cooldown. So essentially now he has two bubbles. He has a self bubble and a an ally bubble. As someone who played Magneto from the very beginning, this is something I always wish that he had. I always found it really annoying to have to decide between the two. Um, but I figured, okay, like this is just kind of part of like learning him. This is just um, like a hurdle you have to overcome or something. It's just like something, it's just part of his kit that you just got to like work around, and it keeps his power in check a little bit, and it keeps him from being like it keeps him as like a tank and less of like a support, like uh, uh Captain America is. But now he gets two bubbles. Excellent for people like Scarlet Witch players like me who always want to have a mag bubble available. But yeah, I don't know. Problem. Even more CC immunity. Um, and then they slightly nerfed the bubbles from 250 to 200. I don't know if we're even going to notice the difference at all. But Penny Parker, Spider's pilot, takes teamwork to the next level. Allies in Penny's cyber webs now receive the same healing over time and movement boost effects as her. That is crazy. That's strong. Movement boost for allies is 25%, and healing is 15 per second. Ally excess healing converts into bonus health too? Bro. Surely, like, okay, make it impact allies, but have it be like half the movement speed boost, half the healing or something. Like, okay, sure. Like, that's a cool little, like, bonus effect. This is too much. This is too much. She's gonna get banned all the time. Well, I'm a Penny main now. I'm a Invisible Woman main now, and I'm a Gambit main now. You'll see. As an Invisible Woman player, Chaos, I don't know if you looked, but you're gonna be stoked. And then the thing. Ben Grimm doubles down on defense and offense. Embattled Leap. Remove damage reduction from single leap target. Now grants 20% damage reduction to all allies within 5 meters of his landing point. Reduce damage reduction to self from 25% to 20%. I think that's okay. I think that's actually kind of cool. It kind of makes sense. Like he jumps and lands and he like makes a big impact or whatever, and so then he gives like damage reduction to allies, and it's only within 5 meters, so that's not a huge deal. I think I barely noticed the damage reduction at all when I played on him at all, or when I played at him, the self damage reduction. So nerfing it to 20 is just kind of making it useless now at this point. Um, I mean, theoretically, that's a lot of damage reduction, but it just doesn't feel like that, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're just so used to shields. I guess it's kind of like Emma. Emma, and they might have nerfed this, but when she first came out, I felt like she was so strong in her diamond form. Like it was really hard to kill her. But now it's her diamond form feels irrelevant. Battle Blitz. Remove damage reduction from self. Now applies 20% vulnerability to all enemies within 5 meters of his landing point. Dude. Wait, that's strong. So, Cloak and Dagger's Terror Cape gives 28% vulnerability. And the thing will now give 20% vulnerability. But to all enemies within 5 meters of his landing point. That's pretty good. Reduce Stone Haymaker base damage from 90 to 55. That's a huge nerf. And remove 50 bonus health gain during ability activation. New effects. Deal bonus damage equal to 8% of the enemy's max health per hit. Gain bonus health equal to damage dealt up to 100. Mixed feelings about this change. This makes him way less of a threat to supports and like squishy duelists, which is nice because he definitely sometimes felt overpowered in that regard. I feel like he needs this 50 bonus health gained during ability activation. Like I feel like that's like a really important part of this kit. But he can possibly have more bonus health from it. We'll see how it goes. Those are some interesting changes. All right, Duelist, Hawkeye. Increase Archer's focus maximum bonus damage from 75 to 90. So bonus damage right now is 0 to 75%, and they have to be within 40 meters. And now, bro, they literally just they nerfed this before, and then now they just brought it back. In my opinion, he needs to be able to activate this from further away. 40 meters does not feel like enough. It feels punishingly close. Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards gets even stretchier and tougher. Reflexive rubber can now be used during inflated state after reaching 100 elasticity. Bro. So he can use his like big immunity absorption during his inflated state where he's already like super buff. Remove the 350 bonus health on entering inflated state. Now gain 350 maximum health and a one-time heal of 350, which is removed upon exiting the inflated state. I feel like having the bonus health makes more sense. Doing a max health increase and a heal, a massive heal, that seems wrong. Then he has too much like self-sustain. Like he doesn't even need a healer. He just has to hit inflated state often enough and then he just gets to heal. So say he has like 100 health and then he gets an additional 350 maximum health. and a heal up to 350. Then wouldn't that put him at like 450 health? And then when he exits the inflated state, he'll just go back down to 350. So he'll be back at 100 health. Like, isn't that a just unlimited self heal? As long as he can over and over and over again go into inflated state? I don't know about that. We'll see how this actually plays out in the game, but that sounds not healthy. Phoenix, Jean Grey's Cosmic Fire burns brighter. Adjust Cosmic Flame's maximum fall off at 30 meters from 60 to 75%. I think this gives her more range, which I think she probably needs at this point because after they removed her Beyblade tech, her melee could apply sparks. In my eyes, she kind of lost much usefulness at all because she had like pretty high fall off and she had overall had less damage than just playing the other similar hit scan hero Hella. The only like bonus that she had really was that she had more mobility than Hella. I guess they didn't want her to be melee like she was before, and so if that's the case, then yeah, they need to like give her the ability to be at further range. So I think that's good. Spider-Man. So this we won't really know much about his changes, um, because they're also like updating his kit. I feel like these balance changes we won't really quite understand yet. Peter Parker's web slinging offense gets a slight lift. Reduce web cluster energized time from 2.5 to 2 seconds. Is that the number of time or the amount of time that they're marked for with the spider tracker? Oh, that's the amount of time that it takes for each charge to like refresh. So this allows him to shoot more. Increase amazing combo damage from 60 to 70. So they're making it he can shoot his webs more often, but they are like encouraging using his punch more. I don't have anything to say till we see how they've made changes to his kit. This one is like throwing me into outer space. Squirrel Girl, Doreen's nutty offense gets a boost. Increase burst acorn damage from 100 to 110. Who said she needs just a straight buff? Whoever said that her nuts are not strong enough? Like, suck on these nuts, NetEase. Are you joking me right now? I'm so mad. I'm so mad. She's getting banned even more often, in my opinion. For Storm, Aurora empowers her allies with even greater force. Increase weather control, Thunder's damage boost to allies from 10 to 12%. Increase Goddess boost, Thunder's damage boost to allies from 12 to 15. Oh, so her base, like her passive damage boost, and then her like activated damage boost. Um, okay, sure, whatever. I want them to make her somehow like being in her movement speed state like more appealing. I would like to see more um like diversity and incentive to switch between the modes because when I play and from what I've seen of people in games, you basically run your movement speed boost to get to lane from spawn, and then you switch off of it and you never are in it again because you're just on damage boost. Maybe pro storm players know better, but because when you're in your movement speed, it applies a slow um, to your attacks, to your M1s, but uh, I already feel like her projectiles like don't deal enough damage even when I'm in damage boost, so I never want to switch over to that. Plus, like, I'm worried about my stats on the scoreboard, and I don't want it to look like I didn't do any damage, even though had like tons of CC or whatever, and like made the enemies way easier for the rest of the team to hit. Like that doesn't get recognized anywhere. The Punisher. Frank Castle loses his team up anchor bonus, but gains raw power. I don't know what his anchor bonus is right now. So he currently has 25 plus 25 max health and plus 5% damage. It's not a huge boost. Oh, but then they're giving it back to him. They're increasing his base health from 275 to 300. Okay. Adjust adjudication maximum fall off at 40 meters from 70 to 85%. So he's a sniper rifle now. That's insane. Wait, what was the fall off? Wait, he has way longer range than Phoenix now. That seems inappropriate. And he has 300 health? That's insane. And then they boosted his shotgun too. Increased pellets fired per deliverance round from 14 to 16. Should we do some math? He has 16 bullets. He does 10 damage per round, so that's 160 damage. And it can crit. So at the very least, even a body shot, he could two-shot any support. Any strategist, he could two-shot with his shotgun. What? No. I mean, even right now he could, right? He'd have to be close. So the fall off is significant. At 15 meters, it decreases to 40%. So that's pretty significant. But if he gets right up to a support, he can one-shot headshot them or two-shot body shot with a shotgun. So he is dangerous. He is dangerous. All right, then. We might be seeing some more Punishers. All right, Wolverine. They said they were going to make him deadlier to tanks, so we'll see. Yeah, Logan's Claws get deadlier, especially against Vanguards. Increase Savage Claws percent damage for each point of rage from 0.0545% to 0.057%, and increase Vicious Rampage percentage damage for each point of rage from 0.05% to 0.057%. I don't know. I don't know the significance of all of that math. But he's a better tank shredder. This seems like he didn't need this. Reduce his Feral Leap cooldown from 15 to 12 seconds. It already felt like he has maybe too much mobility. I think he probably has too much mobility, honestly. He definitely didn't need more. Oh, the Adam Warlock changes are stupid. They annoy me. Adam's Cosmic Control and Ultimate Impact are enhanced. Increase Soul Flight Speed from 6 meters per second to 12 meters per second. So when you die and you're in your like ghost mode before you cocoon, you now can move twice as fast. I don't think he needed that, but sure. It'll feel a little less awkward. And then reduce Karmic Revival, his ultimate ability energy cost from 4,700 to 4,500, and increase allied detection radius from 30 meters to 35 meters. So some people wanted Adam Warlock buffs. I didn't think he really needed any. I think he needed a movement ability. That's it. I didn't think he needed any buffs. But if they were going to buff him, they should have either given him more of a cooldown reduction on hits to his heals, or maybe reduce his heal but give him a third heal, or at least make it some way that there's a reduction to soul bond, because that is the cooldown on that is so punishing, too punishing. 40 seconds is crazy cooldown. That is a crazy cooldown. So I don't understand those changes at all. Cloak and Dagger increase base health from 250 to 275. Sure. I just want them to fix her ultimate ability again. Invisible Woman is turning into an absolute monster. Susan Storm's power and survivability are up. So increase orb projection hit damage from 25 to 30, projectile maximum range from 30 to 35, and projectile speed from 120 to 150. So her orb protection, I'm 25 damage per hit and upon being shot out, and 15 damage per hit on its return journey. Heal 45 health per hit upon being shot out, and 35 health per hit on its return journey. So they're only buffing her damage. At least they're not buffing her heal. They're increasing the range and increasing the projectile speed. This is going to feel way smoother, but she did not need a buff. They're increasing the force physics length from 30 to 35 meters, so that's her push and pull. She for sure did not need that. It already feels really far. And then she's getting probably what every Invisible Woman player has wanted since the very beginning. Her Guardian Shield into effect. If no Guardian Shield is present, pressing the recall key now deploys a shield in front of Invisible Woman. So she can self-shield, which she... Yes, that was annoying. This is the same thing with Magneto. Yes, not having the two bubbles was annoying, but it kept him in check. Like, it made you have to make like hard decisions about self-bubbling versus bubbling a teammate. And now she can just self-shield all the time. Like, People already have invisible woman players like diving the back line and flanking and playing like assassin invisible woman. Now she can do that even easier because she's going to be able to do significantly more damage. She can push and pull from, like, she could pull you from so far away. She could pull you towards her, and then she can stick a shield up in front of her and just sit there and heal the whole time. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. That's too strong. We're gonna start banning invisible woman, I guess. Loki, the trickster god, gets trickier and tougher, increases base health from 250 to 275. Okay, fine. Everyone's getting that buff pretty much. Adjust mystical missiles damage fall off at 3 meters from 50 to 80%. And new effect now heals directly hit allies for an extra 10 health. So right now the projectile deals no damage, but the spell field inflicts 25 damage per cast. Projectile does not provide healing, but the spell field provides 40 health per cast. Okay, so now basically they gave the projectile a direct heal. So they're rewarding you for having better aim, which I do not, better accuracy. Mystical missiles damage fall off at 3 meters from 50 to 80%. This is damage fall off in the radius around where it hits, like where your projectile hits. So it's just making it a little bit more efficient at damaging enemies that are a little bit further away from where you hit. So, I mean, good for me, because I have bad aim. But and then Rocket's getting buffs, which I don't know. I don't even know if I could think of something that he really needed a buff from, but even more encouragement for me to play him because these are amazing buffs. Rocket support and firepower slightly turned. Oh no, still not buffs that I really would want. Reduced BRB cooldown from 45 seconds to 40 seconds. He did not need a cooldown on his revive because guess what? This is the same cooldown that Adam Warlock has on his soul bond. 40 seconds. Soul bond is a much less significant ability than a full revive. The full revive is strong. Did not need that. Increase repair mode maximum count from 5 to 7 and projectile speed from 60 to 80%. So I'm pretty sure that's his orb speed are going to move it even faster, which will feel nicer, but did not need to happen. Projectile speed from 80 to 60 to 80, which is crazy. And then bombard mode projectile speed from 150 to 180, which is his damage, his gun. He doesn't need this. It's going to be really nice as a player, but it kind of keeps him in check. Maybe if this was how he worked from the beginning and he wasn't so strong in so many other areas, but it's too much. Too much. And then now he still has the team up with Penny, still has the team up with Star-Lord. Penny's getting buffed, like, I don't know. All right, team ups. Blade of Khonshu, Moon Knight and Blade. So the Lunar Force is getting removed. So Cloak and Dagger is no longer an anchor for that team up. And instead, Moon Knight and Blade get a team up themselves. Moon Knight is the anchor. He's getting a 5% boost. Love that. It's great. Blade gains the Eclipse Edge ability through his team up with Moon Knight. Explosive Entanglement, Gambit, and Magneto. I'm worried. This is going to make Gambit and Magneto something that people want to ban. Deal the cards, ban the metal. This partnership is stacking the deck in Gambit's favor. As a team up anchor, Gambit gains a 5% increase in healing effects. Slide. Magneto receives the Royal Blade ability through his team up with Gambit, which, if I remember correctly from the video the other day, essentially, when you activate it, it like shoot like his big melee blade. It will shoot that instead of his regular M1, I think, for a period of time, which is kind of weird, but I think that's what it does. Sword of Duality, Cloak and Dagger plus Hawkeye, Light, Shadow, and a little sharpshooting. They are ready to strike from every angle. Hawkeye unlocks the new Moonlit Slash ability through his team up with Cloak and Dagger. So this is an interesting one because it's one of the few times that they added like a heal effect to a heal effect to allies in a team up. So Hawkeye's, I think they call it crescent. His crescent slash is like knockback slash that he does. Now shoots a wave of energy out that deals damage to enemies and heals allies that it passes through. So interesting. Just removed. Chilling Assault, Hawkeye, Luna Snow, Hawkeye, Iron Fist. Um, so they're just removing Hawkeye from this, I believe. So Luna Snow and Iron Fist will still have the team up. And then we talked about this, Cloak and Daggers getting removed from that. They're taking Magneto out of mental projection to give him the team up with Gambit, but Emma Frost and Psylocke will still have the team up. They're removing the Punisher Black Widow team up, which is kind of sad because I like that team up. Um, it was kind of insane. I don't think people recognized how good it made Black Widow, but and then Black Widow's getting added to the Phoenix Wolverine team up, so now gets a Phoenix Sniper ability, which I don't think they even really showed in the video. So I don't know what that is going to be like, but um, yeah. So I'm mad. I honestly feel like I'm playing a different video game because none of those make sense to me. But all right, we'll see how it goes. I now have a lot more people to play, so that's fun.